really not my day. Originally this was going to be a video where I took you along with my morning routine, especially dealing with anxiety, and just showed you how I coped with it. But I woke up with a severe amount of anxiety today. I don't really know what it's stemming from. Yesterday was a really rough day too, but I just rotted in bed all day, and today I wanted to at least film because I feel like it's so easy to just get caught up in the negativity and just fall back asleep and lay back in bed. It's already 12:20 right now. I slept in till about 11:30 today. I was planning on waking up at 9, but that just didn't happen. So instead of beating myself up and just laying back in bed and going back to sleep, I wanted this to be more of a raw video because most days this is what it looks like. I'm struggling with my mental health, and I just want to be real with myself and whoever's watching this, because I never want my videos or my content to put an unrealistic image out there of what my life is like. I've always wanted to help and inspire people, and I've always wanted to share my life, but I want it to just be me filming on days where I feel happy and I feel my best. And that's kind of why it's been such a while of me posting content, because it's been such a cycle. I'm trying not to cry right now. It's been such a cycle of me being in a rut and not wanting to do anything, but filming and editing are my favorite thing. They're like my favorite pastime, and they help me so much. I feel like it motivates me, or even not motivates, but just gets me going and gets me out of bed. So even if this isn't the perfect morning routine I wanted to film, I hope it helps someone. I hope that I can at least show the real side of mental illness, of depression and anxiety. And there are times where I can discipline myself and get myself to do certain things, but today and yesterday I've just been really rough, and I still wanted to film. I don't really know how this video is going to turn out. It might just be me sitting here talking. I know not a lot of people will probably watch this, but I just wanted this to at least help someone, at least help myself, help any of my friends who are watching this. Because this was originally going to be more of how I cope with having anxiety and getting out of the house and things like that, but today just doesn't feel like one of those days. I can't really bring myself to do that, and I don't want to be anything but genuine on this channel. When it comes to mental health and my anxiety and depression, I think I've definitely dealt with anxiety for as long as I can remember, and depression probably started around middle school. I'm turning 23 this year, and it has been something that followed me into my adult years. It's so hard to learn how to navigate it, and I know so many people go through it. For me, it's really easy to get into a rut and just want to rot in bed, and my seasonal depression and anxiety are at an all-time high around this time of year. I'm not motivated to do anything. I don't want to do anything that I'm usually excited about. The normal hobbies or things that excite me don't really bring me that much joy right now. Just genuinely wake up and want to lay in bed and cry all day. And I definitely think it's healthy to allow yourself to have rest and to have bad days, but it's been a point where I've had too many of those, and I can't even like force myself out of bed. Yesterday was supposed to be a filming day, but I woke up anxious and ended up sleeping until 1 p.m. And if I would have forced myself out of bed to film, I know it wouldn't have been the content that I planned or that I wanted to put out. Even though I've dealt with it for a long time, I feel like I never really figured out, like, I'm always learning how to navigate it and how to cope and how to kind of grow myself. People that struggle with it know that it's a constant cycle. You can be completely at your all-time high and then get plunged back to where you were before, and I feel like I have to like restart and reteach myself how to do certain things. I definitely am an overthinker, and it can be detrimental to a lot of things in my life. Just this past Wednesday, I went to the gym with my best friend for the first time in 4 or 5 years, because I always got in my head that people would stare at me or look at me, and I come to realize that literally no one cares. They're just all working out. I feel like I always like thought it was normal to overthink and be in your head and get so anxious about every single thing. When I realized that like I actually do need to talk about things and myself grace about things, also still like try to live life, it's definitely changed my mindset. This tea is really good. The main reason for really wanting to film this and talk about this is because I know when my brain convinces me of certain things and sends me in spirals, I struggle to do anything. I don't feel motivated, and I just have to end up pushing through and just kind of disciplining myself to do those things anyway. I don't want to get to the point where I'm like numb with it and don't know how to cope, if that makes sense. But I also want to be real. I want to be raw about these things. Everyone who knows me in real life knows that I struggle, and there are days where I just have to cancel plans, stay in and take care of myself, but I also don't want to self-isolate so much where I get back to the point where I used to be, where I would just be in bed for days on end. And especially now as an adult, when I have actual responsibilities and things I have to do and I literally just can't bring myself to do it. When I get in these ruts, it's so much easier to just not film at all and wait until there's like a day where I feel better and can do the content I planned. And like I said, like filming and editing my life is such an outlet for me. I love doing it. It's one of the things that really brings me joy in life. And even I wasn't motivated and didn't want to do any of that. And so that's kind of why like for months there hasn't been content, because every time I pulled myself to film, I just couldn't. I couldn't sit here and act like everything was okay when I was really struggling. And so I really wanted to just sit down, talk to you guys, and kind of myself, and like give myself a reality check that if I enjoy doing this and I want to film, it's okay to film even on the hard days and even when I don't know what I'm doing. I never want to be an ungenuine part of myself, because that's not who I am. I want to be authentic. I want to put out authentic, genuine content that I enjoy and that I'm proud of, yes, but there are days where I'm struggling. I need to also include those. And that's kind of just what this video is. Just me being raw about my struggles and sharing them. I'm making a video out of it because I want to stop avoiding picking up the camera just because the video may not be exactly how I planned it or what I want it to be. It's kind of the beauty that I've realized of it being my content, is that if I planned a certain video, I wake up and I'm just not feeling it, I can still pick up the camera and still talk. And it feels really weird talking to a camera about struggles, because that's not something that comes easy. It's not something that's really encouraged, and it has become more of a thing where people are really sharing the real parts of their lives. And that's probably what pushed me to do this, but it's just not natural when you're wanting to film your life to film the really hard parts and to sit here and talk about all the things that you've been struggling with. That's basically it. I have anxiety, I have depression. I've touched on it a little bit in my videos, but it's never been like a whole thing, and I know I didn't really want to make it a whole thing because I'm just starting out and I'm just like putting myself out there, and scary. I don't even know if that makes sense. Like I felt like I only really wanted to make like a full video about it when I knew people would watch it. Then I just got in my head, and that's just stupid, because all I want to do is be authentic from the very beginning, so why not talk about it now? Yeah, basically when I wake up like this and I'm just not feeling my best and I don't want to do anything, I try my best not to go on social media, because then that's when I spiral and I start to compare, and I start to just like go down a rabbit hole of being on TikTok and reading comments and scrolling through Instagram, and I don't get anything productive done. I lay in bed and then I might just roll back over and go back to bed. Today I picked up the camera as soon as I woke up. I just started slow and myself a little bit ready. Self-care and just like bringing myself to do like really bare minimum hygiene tasks can be really hard when I'm going through something like this, but it's also the self-care really like helps kind of just make me feel more alive. So I did that this morning. I made some tea. I'm normally a coffee drinker, but when I get really anxious, I can't have a lot of caffeine like that. It makes me really jittery. So I'm just drinking hot black vanilla chai right now. And that's really helping to kind of just like soothe and calm my entire body. I feel a little bit better already. Another thing that I love to do, even if I don't want to be like scrolling on social media and stuff, if I feel like I've already gotten up and I'm not just gonna sleep all day, I will like turn on a comforting show or YouTube. Those things just make me happy and bring me some comfort. Kind of keeps me from being in my head, as opposed to like mindlessly scrolling on things and getting in my head about certain things. And then what I always do, no matter how I'm feeling on these certain days, is I will run to my Bible and I'll read, even if it's like for 10 or 15 minutes, just to really start my day off right, bring my problem to God and not be all in my head. I'm gonna do that for a little bit and just relax myself, and then I'll pick back up if I have anything else to share. I know this wasn't the most entertaining. I originally wanted it to be like a full like bring you with me while I like tell you how I deal with my anxiety and everything, but I just felt like I needed to take a different approach today. So I'm going to drink this tea and read my Bible, and then I'll pick back up in a little bit. One of the things I've been trying to do this year is I want to finish the entire Bible, and I tried doing that last year and it was a fail, so I'm being actually consistent. And this is the same like prayer calendar I used last year, but since I didn't get through it, I'm just doing it again. And it basically just keeps you on track. It has for every day you read like 3 chapters and it tells you which one to do. So that definitely has kept me on track. Today is March 2nd, so I'm reading Deuteronomy 31 through 34. So I just took a quick body shower and I am feeling a lot better than I was when I first woke up. So I definitely say this was successful in like talking about it, and just kind of, I'm glad I showed you guys everything. I'm not going to do a deep clean today or anything, but I am going to tidy my room up a little bit and I'll show that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video in a little bit, because this is just the morning routine version of kind of coping with my anxiety, so I don't want to take you through the entire day. But let me know if you guys like these like day in the life kind of realistic videos. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end this video here. All I'm gonna do the rest of the day is just edit and relax, and I really just wanted this video to be kind of a breath of fresh air on the internet, and just something to kind of get me motivated and get back in the swing of things. If you guys watched this whole thing, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. I promise I will have more planned out and upbeat content, but I just wanted to be real. Today felt like one of those days. Always leave me requests what you'd like to see, and subscribe if you liked the video to support me and see what new things I will be putting out. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.